involved in the first game. Team Liquid on the blue side for this one, Envy over on the red, and there's the Swain banned away pretty much from Seraph, but Ninja does play it as well, as there's Azir banned away from Phoenix. Not too surprising there.
Yep, and the Lissandra has been a consistent ban against Team Envy, used very effectively by them. Teleport flanks, hard engages, removing that tool as well.
Well, we'll see what Envy have in store for ban number 2. It is in fact Rise, so they'll take that one away. Just pretty much taking those top tier mid laners. Vlad at some point has to get involved in these bans usually.
All mages, and Vlad hasn't even... Okay, it should be all mages then, if Vlad is the final ban. They could opt to try and ban out Rek'Sai or something like that if they really don't want to give that over to Dardoch in the jungle. But Dardoch has been so flexible. This guy has shown up on Gragas. He's shown up on Olaf. There are plenty of other options. The Elise as well has been highly prized for him. So there it is. All 6 mages off the board.
Yep, and that leaves Trundle. It's the most obvious pick open. It's been a go-to for Lolo. He's going to snap it off.
The king is here. And, you know, side benefit of all these mages being banned out, a lot of these mages are flex picks that go up into top lane and are picks that are used against Trundle. A lot of range champions are what people are trying to use against Trundle, since melee options are difficult.
Not great.
Yes.
Seen many a melee matchup go awry versus the Trundle, as we'll see what Envy fancy themselves picking away here. Like you said, Dardoch's been nice and flexible, even though the obvious top tier jungler in Rek'Sai is available if Proxen does want to go to it.
He's also been one that has still drawn Nidalee bans, you know, even pretty late into the season after the nerfs have hit. Skarner is a pretty good mouse over. Just want to put in a little bit about Skarner because he's great right now with the new Trinity Force and definitely underplayed, but it is going to be the Rek'Sai, most popular jungler on the current patch. Just so versatile. You can build full tank. You can also go the Titanic Hydra, add some extra damage. But the map control that she provides with Tremor Sense and her ultimate should go without saying. Gets to be pretty much anywhere she wants.
Yeah, really strong there as Victor. Also a safe pick for Ninja in that mid lane. So Envy with no surprises to start things off here in their champion select. TL though, where do they want to go next? They're kind of done step 1, which is to cure Lolo, his champion. All of Fabi's champions are open as well. We wondered about his Jhin yesterday, and he definitely showed up on that there. But if he wants the Ashe, he can go for it now. Sivir and Jhin also available. So the pick of the litter there for Team Liquid, at least on the 80 carry front.
Yeah, Fabi's been a really interesting new player for me into the LCS because he has the highest CS difference at 10 minutes of any of the 80 carries in the league. However, he has the lowest damage share of the team's damage dealt to champions. Part of that is because he's played so much Ashe and Sivir, but also a lot of that is due to playstyle as well.
Yeah, seems like he's more of a utility player, at least for now, based on what the meta fits. There's Jhin and Braum, sorry, so kind of fitting that mold there as well.
Yeah.
And they have something in mind though on the other side.
And Jhin really has, you know, made a very strong push to be the most popular worldwide over all of the competitive regions. Most picked 80 carry for the last couple of weeks. He provides a lot of burst damage as well as the long range engage options. It's not quite as great as an Ashe Arrow, but especially if the other team is not running a pure tank, it makes it very difficult for the enemy team to ever disengage. If there's a small skirmish and they try and get out, the chase is always there.
Well, Bard and Sivir actually the picks for NV. So we'll see how Team Liquid finish their draft. But pretty solid stuff so far. Seraph actually going to get the counter pick. And looking at those 4 champions, it feels like NV, if they want to run a 4-1, that's a pretty good 4 to have together set up. But I guess it depends on what Team Liquid want. But Phoenix going to go ahead and pick up that LeBlanc back into the Victor matchup. And Dardoch back to Gragas as well.
All right, raise the stakes in the mid lane here. Taking up the LeBlanc again here for Phoenix. He's had some extremely strong games on it. One player of the game several times with just LeBlanc. And a lot of that is due to Dardoch applying some extra pressure, you know, controlling vision around mid lane as well. Anytime you are in a LeBlanc lane, trying to go aggressive, trying to get those offensive trades in, definitely helps to have the backup of your jungler. Proxen, though, on the Rek'Sai, one of the best at counter ganks, and Victor doesn't have to play very aggressively. Can rely on that wave clear.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Actually, when Team Liquid played Cloud9, there was a lot of attention towards that mid lane. Dardoch really made Jensen feel quite unhappy, I imagine. So maybe there's something there as well with the Gragas, but we'll see what NB want to round out that draft. It's a classic. Rumble back in the top lane.
Back again. Yes, one of the ones that's been rising up in the top lane. And this is one of those matchups where immediately you say, okay, mid lane, yeah, it's a LeBlanc matchup. They're probably going to be trading quite frequently. but it's a little bit harder to actually turn ganks on LeBlanc because of the passive, you know, popping invisible. Up in the top lane, though, Rumble versus Trundle. That one is very hands-on. Double melee champions, and Rumble auto pushes the lane as well, especially with those buffs a couple patches ago. Full damage to the minions, so very curious to see how Seraph will determine this game because he's definitely one of the most influential picks in it. We always talk about Rumble in years past as well, of controlling the early dragon fights. And even more important nowadays with the Drakes. We shall see how the Drake spawn actually determines where they decide to go, though.
And again, Seraph's diverse champion pool could be something that Envy really look to here. I love the Rumble pick. I think it makes sense in the matchup, makes sense in the team comp. We mentioned 4-1, not this time. Instead, we are going to go for some team fighting. But we are keeping our eye on Twitter all day long, so get in there and contribute your opinion. Let us know who you think will come out on top in this series using the hashtag TLWin or the hashtag NVWin.
I'm actually really curious, too, because, yes, you know, Rumble brings a lot of damage and some zone control, but when you're facing against the LeBlanc, you usually want some really reliable hard CC to snag her when she tries to come in for the aggressive poking late game during the team fights where she's trying to poke people on the edges. Team Envy right now aren't really running any hard lockdown that's going to be super reliable against a LeBlanc. Yes, you can always flash with Rek'Sai and get a good unburrow, but even Bard is very difficult to land something like a binding onto a LeBlanc unless the LeBlanc misplays. So definitely a lot of poke here from Team Liquid without the threat of that super hard CC targeting. LeBlanc, Jhin, and Gragas all great for sieging up.
Well, we're out into Summoner's Rift for game number 1. Team Liquid on a bit of a streak since yesterday. They are a hot team right now as far as the whole team environment is feeling.
3-game win streak, and they only played a best of 3.
Yeah, which is very impressive.
Not technically, but
gonna eat a body slam there. No, not technically. But I think this team, as far as momentum goes for this weekend, TL have to be feeling like they've just got the wind in their sails. So we'll see if Envy can weather that storm. TL came out guns blazing in every game that they won or didn't, or were ahead in, at least yesterday. Envy, though, play a little slower. We'll see if that affects them at all.
Yeah, that's definitely one characteristic that has remained constant for Team Liquid. They like the quick pace of the game. They like to raise the tempo, especially Dardoch on the Gragas last night was playing a very, very good and quick initiation role for the team. Constantly using Flash almost on cooldown to get those engagements, especially around the mid lane.
Well, right now it feels like everyone's just sort of in positions, although Fabi is sort of trending towards the top half of the map. So we are going to have a lane swap here. Hakuho and Lod, though, going to spot this out or at least go for the blind swap, I think, based on current vision, and they'll head towards the top lane as well. So looks like we will have some 2v2s. They'll just be in the top lane instead, as they are going to go ahead and check that Gromp as well.
Looks like they might be circled in here. Braum from the top side is going to cut off.
Ooh. Maybe a bad time. Hakuho with the binding. Dardoch does have body slam if he lands it. Hakuho going to get stunned up. Ignites down. There's the bop. Damage is there. Flash forward for Fabi and first blood already.
Ay, ay, ay. Up the river. Once again, a level 1 goes awry for Envy. And the first blood just looked so easy as Team Liquid were spread out there, collapsing from all angles. And the Envy bottom lane did not know which way to run. Dardoch, that level 2, abandons the blue buff because he got level 2 very quickly off Gromp. Comes right over and they cash in on that first blood. It going to Fabi sets him up once again. Last night, the remake game as well, he was extremely fed on the Jhin. So even though Matt misses the Q, you know, the auto's starting off the application of the passive here, and Dardoch goes in, level 2, able to get body slam and the dunk as well. Fabi flashing in to secure that kill. Hasn't gone back to purchase yet, so things haven't completely snowballed out of control for the dual lane of Envy quite yet. However, experience advantage, you know, lane control, minion wave in their favor. It's going to be some more defensive play now from Lod and Hakuho.
Yep, and I think they're probably happy to play the lane a little chill, but kind of forced to now as Ninja and Phoenix were trading back and forth a bit. Phoenix currently up in CS. Ninja going to have to weather some of the early aggression and levels there for LeBlanc, but it should be okay as things taper out. Victor really wants to look for that early MR, and he's usually okay, but Phoenix will try and apply as much pressure as he can. Before then, interesting to note, actually has gone for Summoner Teleport again, so trying to be a bit more useful, I suppose, around the map with that Summoner, rather than just straight up kill Ninja in the 1v1.
Oh yeah, that's a heavily debated topic, the teleports on things like LeBlanc. I do like it, especially in the current meta. It opens up a lot of options for late game. It does depend on, can that LeBlanc actually have the same amount of control in lane, though, without the Ignite kill pressure summoner spell. And Phoenix has shown that he's able to get that as well.
Perhaps Dardoch might get involved, but right now he's just farming through. Phoenix, so damage is down. Ninja again going to proc that Sigil, but Minions helping out in that trade. Phoenix going to have to chug a potion and see if he can't improve from there.
Yeah, I don't know if the second proc of the chain, level 1 chain, is worth tanking that cannon minion and 3 ranged minions. Took a lot of damage going for that trade, but once again, playing the matchup very aggressively.
And now bottom lane, Seraph actually great amount of damage. Lolo struggling with the overheated Rumble. You can see Seraph has constantly just been pressuring this lane, and with no jungle pressure, in a straight-up 1v1, Seraph is navigating this very well. Yeah,
Lorlo might have to go back and get some early magic resistance and use his teleport very early to get back to lane, just for the laning matchup here. Let's see if Seraph answers. Wave is pushing, so he might just walk back to lane and try and use teleport advantage. Duo lane up top was playing very aggressively, so if Lod and Hakuo were to drop a ward, or if Proxen headed up there and was able to get something in one of those brushes, and they might look to try and punish the Jhin here. This is one of my favorite combos, though. Jhin and Braum. So much kill pressure. If Braum's able to land the slow, you get also the snare from Jhin, pretty much guaranteed, especially before people acquire boots. Makes it very difficult to dodge, and then you also get the Braum stun. Follow up, so plenty of chase.
Yeah, and you can see all the pressure here. Lod and Hakuho playing very far back, respecting that in the lane. That is going to give Fabi time to go back. He'll spend the extra first blood money as Ninja taking damage. Eats a chain there. Phoenix with an excellent trade in mid lane.
Oh my goodness, yeah, barely took any damage in return at all there. Phoenix definitely taking control once again of mid lane. Proxen on the top side, Dardoch on the bottom side, exchanging jungle presence here. Nothing left for Dardoch to counter jungle in there, but yeah. No Ignite means you're not going to see him go super aggressive for those turret dives, but chunking Ninja out over and over again.
Yeah, Ninja's got the heal as well, so pretty safe, although Dardoch could make this very unsafe. Looks like Proxen actually kind of skipping over to the area because he sort of suspects that Dardoch might be looking for a dive. Ninja, though, going to hit the recall button. Might make it back in time. As Seraph getting pushed in a little more. Did walk back down to lane, ever the team player, but Sork shoots to actually make this early laning very nice for Rumble. Although Lolo right now has the wave pushed up since Seraph backed away.
Yeah, Seraph is really the bright spot here for Team Envy. On the Rumble is the only one, with a real advantage. Rek'Sai is a little bit ahead of Dardoch, but that's just because Dardoch was sitting around mid lane prepping for that dive. Otherwise, yeah, across the board, going to be kind of difficult for Envy, and as we talked about, Team Liquid liking to keep the game quick, jump out to an early lead. This is exactly what they need to try and transition off to that mid game. We'll see if they start to focus a little bit more denying vision around mid lane.
Matt taking some damage from Hakuho, but both AD carries have gone back. Early BF swords completed. Fabi up in items with those brown boots, so there's a bit of extra mobility. Dardoch now level 6 as well. Going to go back, spend some of that money. Actually went early cooldown boots, which I kind of like. But we'll see if he starts to maybe affect these lanes with that ultimate.
Yeah, we would have seen the effect of that if he had gone for that tower dive. The cooldown for summoner spells as well on the flash, but Ninja did not stick around. Wisely played it safe and just took his CS difference on the shoulder. 10 CS, much better than getting dove and dived under turret.
Yep, and he's get blue buff now as well, so things should get a little easier, but Phoenix, Double Doran's Negatron Cloak now all completed. Going to go ahead and get blue buff as well, so definitely pressure there. If Dardoch again wants to come visiting in the lane, but Team Liquid pretty happy with how the lanes are going so far. Lolo, yes, struggling a little bit in that 1v1 as Seraph actually going to go back, but Dardoch, a visit to top lane, looks in for Hakuho, finds him. Great ulti out from the Magical Journey, but he's going to flash past it. Still the damage is there. The last bullet is there. Lod blocks it.
Woo, able to get the flash down. Dardoch going to have to use his flash defensively, though.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, ends up being a summoner trade there. Teleport, though, from Seraph was used to get that flash. So now Lorlo, even though Lorlo is getting beat up and he had to use his teleport early, it will come off cooldown first, and they might actually try and make a repeat play up in the top lane on this flashless Bard.
Well, we'll have to see, but Dardoch did expend some resources there. Looking for top side. Phoenix again back in onto Ninja. Quick trade straight to the face. Just reminding Ninja what's going on in this lane.
And I like the mentality here because it's actually more efficient to buy defensive stats early on than it is to buy offensive stats. And if you're just going for these trades, if you buy the Negatron, allowing him to go super aggressive and continue to take all these trades, not much damage Ninja can deal back. That being said, though, a lot of people, opting for offensive purchases early so that they can pick people off, in situations where the enemy wouldn't have a chance to trade back damage anyway, which is what LeBlanc usually looks for, pink wards so that she can get Fog of War advantage and jump on people.
A bit dangerous there in the top lane, but pink ward does get cleared by Team Liquid. Matt able to sustain himself up nicely. Proxon, though, going to clear that pink ward on the left side of mid. As we did mention, Seraph going back earlier. I know you're a fan, although he's coming mid right now looking for a gank.
Yeah, it looks about 3 people. LeBlanc passive is super annoying to deal with, but let's see if they can convert here.
Haven't seen this one in a while, but yeah, that gank's going to go wide. I like the effort, but
I don't know if I do. But yeah, they also allowed Ninja to push up, I guess, and get that wave all the way into turret, even though Phoenix was able to CS that turret, no problem.
Well, looking okay right now. Seraph's going to return with his Hextech Revolver to that bottom side of the map, but Proto Belt Rumble should be the first item here for Seraph. Always excited to see that one. Dardoch still on top side, though. Does have the ulti back and ready. Proxon, though, just behind him. Could be a 3v3 here.
Yeah, it would be dangerous to go for this dive, but as we said, they want to punish this Bard while he doesn't have flash. Proxon is able to hit the Prey Seeker.
Sweeps him out. Finds Dardoch, but looks like Pink Watch protecting them for now. Good binding from Hakuho, but Team Liquid going to look to zone them off this turret and just try and take it. Hakuho protecting his wall, but he's not going to get it. And Lolo has TP. Seraph does not. Proxon now going to get chased. Ninja's here. Flash on Boris. Good for a knock-up. And there's Ninja getting a kill onto Dardoch as Lolo going to join in as well. But Snare does not land in as Lod actually going to pop the ulti and move forward. Matt could be in trouble. Bard ulti hits it. Only finds one onto the Braum though.
Seraph's coming up. He's going to cut him off.
Oh, huge equalizer. Finds on the map, but it's not enough damage. Now the Harpoon's down in onto Lolo as Matt's forced to burn that ulti. They've actually found damage onto Hakuho and Fabi. Gonna get one back.
What was that? I didn't see the top side of that fight, I guess. It was a little bit off screen, but Hakuho tried to one-man cut off the duo here from Team Liquid and gives a kill back. Otherwise, that was going to be a clean sweep for Envy. A very free kill onto Dardoch, who had, we talked about the Bard with no flash, but he had to use his flash defensively as well in the early skirmish. Ends up paying for it with his life.
Well, good collapse there by both teams, but just a trade there for kills as the dust all settles. Team Liquid still up about 500 gold, but game very close here. No team is yet going for those big objectives. Looks like Dual Ninja still staying top for now, so Ocean Drake going to go largely ignored, it seems like, for the early stages of this game. But first item starting to appear for both these players, for all these teams actually. It's Lolo and Seraph just trading back. Looks like Tiamat plus that Spectre's car, giving Lolo a bit more traction in this top lane.
Yep, weaving in and out, getting his grasp as well. Let's get another look at this because they're moving up. They're trying to deny the cannon minion right now, the minion wave. Pushed up, and they do deny the cannon minion, but Dardoch is gonna get flashed on. Ninja with the early roam, and it was actually a teleport from Phoenix, rather than trying to roam, which is very curious because it very much looked like Phoenix had control of mid lane the entire time. So I think Ninja just made an early move to run through his own jungle rather than going too far up from the. Yeah, Hakuho just tried to get a solo kill there, 1 versus 2, and getting punished. But yeah, Ninja makes the defensive play, gave up some minions to do it, but got the early roam off. And with that kill advantage, he's not behind Phoenix anymore at all. Able to get back there and even up CS almost as well. So things going much more favorably for him in the mid lane now.
Yeah. Tier 2 boots, Negatron Cloak, and 2 upgrades there on that Hex course, so feeling just fine right now. Lord still trying to defend this turret from Essence Reaver Fabi, as Jin did go back and pick up their first item, and Dardoch's here again. Got the flash this time. Good binding from Hakuho. Might keep him back for a little while longer, but this would be a tricky siege to try and defend from if Dardoch wants to commit. He does back away from that top lane, though.
Yeah, the farm alarm went off there from Rek'Sai. Anytime the screen goes off, you assume he's closer to you, but Proxon was just heading on over from the mid lane. Dardoch already backing off. They don't want to mess up another dive. Hand off that blue buff instead. As we get closer to this mid game here, you talked about Proto Belt. It's my favorite item currently in the game. Seraph almost about to hit level 11 on Rumble as well. This is where the spikes start to come in. Level 11 Rumble, ultimates level 2, packing that huge amount of area control. And early game Ocean Drakes are effective.
Well, no collapse just yet for it. Fabi and Matt actually getting awfully cute. Hakuho marked. Snare in. No, ulti misses. Great binding from Hakuho. Finds 2 there blind. And denies that initiation from Team Liquid's duo lane.
Yeah, all right. Ult down there for Matt. And it actually might open it up for a dive here. Proxen cutting them off. Fabi trying to kill the minion wave.
Gets ultied, but here's the dive maybe again. Well, pops the ulti, they're going in for it. Matt gonna get tagged up. Proxen straight in there. Seraph here as well. Protobolt's in. Huge amount of damage, and Rumble collects a double. Proxen, he will die on the back end of the trade, but well played, Envy.
Yeah, that's going to be a turret trade as well afterwards, but the big part is the double kill plus denying a bunch of these minions. Dardark's going to try and come up and actually grab the wave after that first turret goes down, but very successful teleport play from Team Envy. Mid lane Ninja still fighting for his life here. He's keeping up in CS now, though. He's been able to also get to that Negatron cloak breakpoint and feels a lot more comfortable in the trades. There it is, the answer.
Yeah, Lola does take the turret in bottom side, so 1 apiece now on structures, even in kills as well, and the gold pretty much flat between the two teams. So a very even opening 15 minutes with both teams trying to make plays with their teleports around the map. Phoenix, though, backing onto Ninja, looks for pressure, does miss the chains. But here's Team Liquid looking for maybe a dive onto the Victor this time.
Ooh, Ninja does have flash, but he'd have to use it really early and quickly. React very fast to the body slam flash of Dardark, who's gotten some pretty good predictive plays off just last night.
Matt, no ulti, there it is again, gets Ninja, damage is down, ulti misses, Ninja's gonna flash out, but that ulti's enough.
Yep, not quick enough.
Oh,
Seraph coming in.
Proxen goes in, the damage from Rumble is ridiculous. As Phoenix is trying to keep Proxen out, Lolo's gonna TP his way in for it, but the binding lands in from Hakuho. Now Lolo's still chasing Fabi, he's gonna charge up the ulti, 1 bullet into Proxen, there's the second, Lolo still chasing, he's gonna take out Rek'Sai. Matt's low, but it's not enough, and now Seraph getting dove. Lolo is huge right now.
Yep, and they've got priority on mid lane here. This might be mid lane turret in exchange for bottom lane turret. Seraph gonna do his best to clear out the minions, though.
Still does good damage, equalizes down. Hakuho again threatening with a binding. That's gonna force Team Liquid off that turret. Lod will get this one down in the bottom lane.
What an answer from Team Envy there. Seraph able to teleport, get one back, plus they're able to defend mid using the ultimate and go up in turrets. It is a very small gold lead, but man, this game already is just showing how close these two teams are. They're right next to each other in the standings. They're right in the middle of the pack, and these are the two teams that are really looking to differentiate themselves from that middle of the pack and move up into the upper echelons of the North American LCS. There it is, what we talked about. He's going to have to react super fast to avoid body slam flash. Isn't able to do it, but Seraph comes in, saves the day. Proxen, this is the trying to run away from Jhin problem we talked about, and that's the tank too. Proxen is the guy who's going to build the full tank to try and soak those bullets for later on, but not quite at that stage yet. And Fabi able to accurately snipe him down.
So just a few trades there on the kills. 5-4 up now for Team Liquid after that exchange, but you mentioned the extra turret there for Envy will give them a geographical advantage. Goldo's still dead even.
Yeah, as well as the Ocean Drake for them. So Team Envy a bit ahead in those neutral objectives they focus on so heavily. And people have talked about how important the macro focus of the top teams in the North American LCS is. Showing up here a little bit in the early stages of the game. Team Liquid, though, did come out swinging. Pretty good CS leads in 2 out of 3 lanes.
And we're going to get a gold lead as well, at least for a little moment, as Lolo does take that top lane outer turret. Trundle actually starting to get pretty pesky in that 1v1. Seraph, maybe you can hold him, but not right now at least. Lolo's starting to run a little free there on the top side.
Yeah, I mean, he got the early cowl for magic resist and then right into the Ravenous, so really good split push against Rumble. This mid turret is going to go down, but the question is, will they re-engage afterwards? Dardark has no ultimate now.
Yeah, too aggressive though. Dardark taking damage. Good equalizer there. Splits the team, but Phoenix blows up Hakuho. Fabi though going to get taken up by Proxen, but Lod's got to flash away from it. Ulti from Victor chasing down Matt. That should be another kill for Envy and is, as Lod collects the double. But now Seraph chasing in a 3-for-1 there for Envy.
Focus in that team fight. Envy make the call. This is a Jhin with no flash. That is so easy for Flash Rek'Sai Unburrow right on the Rumble ultimate. Seraph and Proxen taking care of Fabi all by themselves, and he got no damage off. Envy strike back and pull back in the lead.
Yep.
Face trade. This is only 300 or 400 at a time. Very, very close game.
Just when I thought Team Liquid had found a great answer and Envy maybe a little scattered, they find the team fight, they knock down the towers, and they even things right back up. It's been an awfully close game so far as I watch this one again.
It really has. And Team Liquid overextending here. Yes, they should be able to get this turret pretty easily and burn it down, but Dardoch uses everything there, going super deep. Then they collapse on Fabi, and there's no peel for Fabi. He's a Jhin without flash, so it's an easy target. And the rest of Envy cleaning up. Laud on that Sivir, providing speed boost so they can just swarm on the rest of the players.
This game looking good so far for both sides. I've been very impressed actually with not just that Team Liquid are keeping up their aggression, but Envy have been so good at countering it when it does appear. Definitely a lot of push and pull in these exchanges, and it's no real surprise given what we've seen that they're very even at this point in the game.
Definitely true. And I'm really excited for the next chapter of this game because now it transitioned to, okay, all of the outer turrets are down for both sides. The map is now wide open for the long-range plays we've been looking for from Champion Select. They've got the Jhin. Fabi can set up slow so they can pick people off. LeBlanc and Gragas are great for picking people off.
Great combo from Dardoch. Seraph, I think he's dead here. Absolutely, Lolo gonna get a kill. Phoenix TP's in as well, just to be safe.
Up, open territory, don't need that. Just siege right up at the turret, and Dardoch goes right in on his face. Able to get that kill, not even really needing the Phoenix teleport. He immediately leaves. They'll be able to clean up the turret without him, and he's going to go do a one-man defense here just to make sure this bottom wave stops, I guess.
Yeah, no game of chicken this time though. Both teams going to take their tier 2 on either side of the map and then pull out from that play. Phoenix is like, yep, that's not safe.
Yep, they're still here. Check, just wondering. And they have exchanged control of red quadrant jungles as Envy's red buff is now Team Liquid's.
Two pink wards in that brush. Very cute from Team Liquid.
Symmetry is important.
I mean, if they stand between them, surely can't go wrong. Oh, Jhin nails Ninja there with a snare, but Vard ulti's going to cancel off the rest of the ulti. Maybe Envy can turn this around. Poke is there, Seraph looking in. Charging up the ulti, gets pretty much everyone with it, as now Lola going to be the target. Binding goes wide just for Hakuho, and now Team Liquid looking to re-engage. Ninja snare up, but the damage is there. Protobelt in from Seraph as well, and Lot takes out Dardoch to start things off.
Envy gonna walk away unscathed after that one as well. Another great collapse from them. And Team Liquid initiated off those double pink wards. Unable to take advantage of that fog of war. And that's really what they need to look for. Picks like those, but a little bit too deep that time around, and then they scramble for the disengage. Very good cleanup from Team Envy. But again, the gold lead is so ridiculously close here between these two teams, and it is all about the skill shots within the team fight.
Yeah.
Let's take another look at the setup because it was actually really good setup here from Phoenix. Gets a chunk on a Ninja, also landed the chain onto Laud, and so Fabi tries to land Jhin ultimate on Ninja, given the snare, but he immediately got Bard ulted. You didn't see it quite on screen, but Hakuho had a really good Bard ult immediately onto Jhin. Pretty good counter there. Seraph's ultimate was great for the chase, and then they get kind of baited in by locking up Ninja. Dardoch's panic Gragas ultimate there does spread everyone out, but it's a little bit too late. Damage has been done.
We're maybe starting to see sort of the crux of Envy's team fighting in this particular composition. You mentioned it before with the double AP. Rumble and Victor, pretty good combination if you can line those ultis up correctly. The sheer amount of damage you can do, pretty nice in short to medium range.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing Team Liquid try and spread out in these team fights. However, when they spread out, they've had a hard time focus firing a single member down. That's why we see nobody on Envy really dropping into emergency levels. They're all kind of swapping out, going aggressive at different times so that they can change point man. Proxen as well has finished the Titanic Hydra on the Rek'Sai, so now we'll be building pure tank from this point out. And once he gets some armor as well, should be able to soak Jhin bullets no problem. We've already seen Hakuo's Bard ultimate used as the counter to immediately stop the Jhin ultimate from Fabi. Pretty easy, standing still to land that one, but very effective nonetheless.
Well, Drake actually did go over to NV, so they'll pick up Cloud Drake for themselves. The next one will be Ocean, but NV at least continuing to prioritize objectives around the map. TL did threaten Baron a little bit, but not too much threat there with the current state of their composition. So TL have vision on that side of the map. We'll see if that affects the next few minutes as Drakes are going to start cycling back through. Other than that, everyone's kind of hit 2 items pretty much. Phoenix has 2, Fabi has 2. Respective players on the MV side also do. So again, these fights have been so close that it feels like MV's macro might look to break something open, but Liquid have not been shy about starting fights. They only really need one to start breaking the map open.
Yeah, they've been starting the fights, but it's really been Envy ending them for the last couple of exchanges, and I'm very impressed in Team Envy's team fighting. That's not one of the things we mention as often as, their side wave control and their objective focus, but it's been very good collapsing in the last couple of team fights. Very, very well coordinated, and Seraph landing a lot of Rumble ultimates, both assisted by Rek'Sai knockups and unassisted to go for the chase.
Kind of curious as well, because that was honestly Team Liquid's calling card yesterday versus Cloud9 with all their globals. They collapsed excellently to really crush every single fight, but still awfully close as Phoenix might even be starting something here in that top lane. Teleport almost back up, so he can apply some sideway pressure. NV gonna have to navigate this mid game versus the double TP and the threat of Dardoch's initiation pretty carefully.
Yeah, you can see what Team Liquid are trying to do. They want to spread out Team Envy so they can make use of the Jhin and the LeBlanc, walking around, trying to make use of all these pink wards, catch somebody off guard, get a chunk out. As of right now, actually pinging on wards inside the Baron pit. They're just trying to control that, try and force Team Envy to walk, a couple stragglers in by a LeBlanc rush.
I love the sweep usage there from Proxin. Again, Team Liquid have been favoring a lot of little death brushes actually, but Envy have not bitten just yet.
They're mostly centered on poke. You've got the, pick. You've got the LeBlanc here trying to assassinate people. And then the Jhin to follow up on anyone who got low. Here's a dive from Lorlo, but he's got the extra speed from the Frozen Domain as well as slowing down Seraph with his bite.
Red buff goes over. All good binding from Hakuho. Disengages Fabi. A rare miss on a skill shot. It's going to stop that play. But Lolo's still creating pressure on that bottom side. Seraph did go back. Get some items up. Proxim looking for Dardoch. Finds him with the knockup. Hakuho goes over. There's the Umbo. And now Dardoch can ulti him back in, but it's not quite enough. Lot sped them up and Ninja gets the kill.
Team Liquid are the ones trying to split up Envy, but in doing so, they actually get Goon Squad on Dardoch, and Dardoch's confidence actually biting him a little bit there. Body slams in instead of trying to escape. Team Envy, the 4-man squad, running as one with the Sivir ult, and there's Bard ult to catch Matt.
Finds Matt, gravity field down. Good flash stand aside from Braum to get out. Now Proxin actually blocked under the turret. Fabi might be able to get a kill, but passive does not connect there from Braum. Seraph somehow runs enough interference, but there's the ulti out. Trying to clear him out of the way.
Phoenix walking down mid lane.
Actually almost a kill on the Proxin. Heal forced out. Lolo here, but the TP's back in from Seraph. NV going to try and continue defending as Lolo's popped the ulti. He's very tanky as NV turn tail and run.
Wow, and they're able to escape through the magical journey. Proxin stays alive just barely. Team Liquid don't claim anyone's life, but again, they return to this Baron. They've put so much effort into controlling vision around the Baron. Nobody was killed though, and Envy can get right back out there. It's so early in the game. You can't burn Baron down without a couple of Mountain Drakes to your name, and they don't have it, so probably should be stopped.
Well, Baron taking some damage, but you're right. Team Liquid don't have quite enough to just burn it down. Envy going to keep nice and healthy with their Ocean Drake. Now counter pushing down that mid lane, forcing Team Liquid into another response. Again, these fights hang very delicately in the balance.
Yeah, you have to be careful as well, funneling through the jungle if you want to try and defend that turret. Rumble ultimate right down one of those pathways can completely destroy you.
Phoenix, very brave on that play. Everyone's out again though. NV playing as a team, 5-man through the magical journey, and now back towards the Baron area, perhaps to clear out that vision. Tier 2 taken in mid, so turret's back to even. Lolo, I guess, traded after an elongated affair, taking that bottom lane Tier 2. Dardoch, though, continuing to clear out vision. And it could just be a Drake fight or a big Baron fight that really shows us. But I think Envy have shown they're happy to team fight. TL, we'll see if they can continue to apply that 1-3-1 pressure that they've been doing for the last 5 to 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, definitely excited to see how it turns out, because at this point, it really is about these long-range plays that they're making. I have to say, Hakuho is one of the guys that has not been mentioned for Team Envy. It's almost always about Seraph, or Laud, and even Ninja at points when he has his really good games. But Hakuo, very impressive Bard so far, has had some key ultimates, pretty good cosmic bindings. I guess we have had actually a lot of really strong Bards in North American LCS so far.
One of those champions that just keeps rising in stock as Lod forced to ulti. Lola going to try 1v1 and flashes forward. Spellshield's not enough there, and Lod just dead.
Clubbed to death there by Lorlo. Left him no options. Summonerless Sivir, easy praise. He just flashes on him. Plenty of slow, and Lorlo comes up with a big solo play for the team. This is another guy who's grown so much. Newer rookies here for Team Liquid. Proxen gets right back out onto the field, though. Everyone stand still.
Envy are just so good at sniffing out TL's plays, but Dardoch's going to put a pink ward down, continue to blind Envy in their own jungle. Looking for something here, but binding's in. Dardoch taking damage, but they're not going to overcommit. Lod back in 5 seconds.
Dardoch has taken a lot of damage this game, actually. He's the one who's put himself on the front line. He's been taking a beating, got caught out quite often, actually. 0-5 is probably the worst score I've ever seen for Dardoch. But he's still trying to create plays for the team. And this time around, it's actually Lorlo bailing him out. Phoenix bailing him out. Coming up with solo laner plays.
Here comes some pressure now from Team Liquid. They've kind of got all their ducks in a row for the 3-lane pressure. Phoenix, though, goes back. It's a death cap, as Lolo going to pretty easily solo this Ocean Drake. Dardoch here to help him, though. So that will be the first Drake over to Team Liquid. Our next one will be the Elder Dragon. But an Ocean's not bad here for TL. They'll take it, start that big monster spawn.
There it is. The Elder Dragon icon. Got that one at a very opportune time. That'll be an early.
Ooh, big damage. Oh, hello.
And Baron's going to sit on him. Get out
feels
of my
bad,
pit,
man.
boy.
Forced a flash, couldn't go through the tunnel. Oh.
Was the cooldown on the tunnel still ticking, or was it because of that little ward they had there?
Too sure, actually.
Either way, couldn't take it. Yeah, sometimes, right after you use the tunnel, there's a cooldown to reuse.
Oh, God.
Whoa! There it is. We've been waiting for those Phoenix LeBlanc assassinations. They've camped up in this top red quadrant of the jungle for so long with pink wards. And he finally finds his mark there. Takes out the AD carry. But what can they really do with it? Shoving up lanes. They haven't been able to really clean out the Baron pit here, and Envy actually don't feel too bad about that assassination. Yeah, it does hurt Laud, and he's got some bruised pride there, and he actually lost his heal. He tried to survive with the heal there, but in the end, no objectives over to Team Liquid, so not the worst of picks there for Team Envy.
This feels like Liquid, again, rinsing, repeating this pick strategy, although Hako may be caught again, long range in. Dardoch looking for the ulti, gets him into the wall. There's the ulti from Fabi for the magical journey, gonna get him just clear.
Great flash there over the side, and then just outside of Jhin ultimate, magical journey. Hakuo makes the magical escape. Lorlo is just a monster right now.
Seraph goes golden with his Zhonya's, but Lolo can just keep coming and applying that pressure. He's got GA, he's not stopping.
Lorlo taking the troll toll, and he's gonna beat down this inhibitor turret. Oh my goodness, what a play here. I mean, it's slowly crept up on us. We aren't really keeping track of his CS and his kills, but he does get collapsed upon now as Team Envy try and save their inhibitor turret. He is absolutely bullying Seraph, though.
And I feel like Envy had a good mid-game, but Ninja now getting blown up under his own turret. Good binding though from Hako, who might save it, but Fabi's still there with the damage. Ninja does get one as Lot flashes forward, looking for man and crits his face up on the back end.
They're trading this for the inhibitor turret and inhibitor, though. Lorlo's inside the base.
It's gone. He's going to take it. Envy not challenging. They want Baron.
Yep. Double teleports are available for Team Liquid, so they want to take the inhibitor, then, have Fabi in the area, but not too close. Try and use their solo laners to dissuade Envy from taking this Baron. This is going to be a bit of a risk here.
Yep. Jhin ulti used. Shots fired in. Phoenix also there, ready for an assassination. Lining it up. Flashes in. Distorts for it, but doesn't quite get it. Baron's still low. Envy, they are going to get it. Hakuho actually takes it away.
Ooh.
And Proxit just makes it to the journey.
Necessary Baron-powered recall here to try and get Lorlo off of the Nexus turret. Great pillar there, and he will just walk away, but Gonna have to use the flash as well. Proxen's on him.
Proxen speeds in, he gets the Unburrow, but another pillar gonna separate them. Hakuho's still here. Lod wants it. They need to try and kill Lolo. He's got his GA, but no help is forthcoming. But he just can't be stopped. Lolo's too speedy.
That was such a small dodge, but such an important dodge. You mislead them. They thought Lolo was gonna take a little bit of a left turn right there, and he dodges out that binding as well. But man, Lorlo's coming up huge for Team Liquid this game, whereas Dardoch was the first one to go down in that 4-man engage. So this is why there was a play down mid lane and why Team Liquid were outnumbered. They tried to take out Seraph. They successfully took out Seraph and the inhibitor, but traded for the Baron buff. These teams continue to go blow for blow, Pastry.
Yeah, and it just feels like Team Liquid, if this is the pattern they want to play the game with, I don't know if Envy have a way to answer the giant Trundle. And Lolo is officially giant. He's got a Bilgewater Cutlass in the inventory, looking to make maybe a Blade of the Ruin King for that last item. So Envy, if that's the case, they have to break open a big 5v5 team fight, because them getting split up is not helping them in this case.
Yeah, they are also going to need some grievous wounds. The Executioner's Calling should be coming through for Lod, I believe, because Gragas heals a whole bunch. Trundle heals an insane amount, especially with all the lifesteal that Lorlo is bringing. If they want, any hope of bringing him down, they definitely need Executioner's Calling, and he is going 2 offensive items, so later on...
Ninja again, just tags him. Dardoch going to take him out this time.
There it is, that long range we keep hyping up. They're able to get another pick. Team Liquid pull it off, but what can they do with it? Oh, Lorlo's beasting on Seraph!
Seraph just can't do anything in this matchup, and Lolo going to take him out. Proxen is back, here's Hakuho, but Lolo did it once. Can he escape again?
No flash this time.
Pillars up, gets bound. Guardian Angel is going to go down, but the rest of TL are here. Phoenix, he canceled the TP! Left Lolo out to dry, but he's pretty tanky. Log going to crit him and shut him down.
That's the one thing about that split push game. Yeah, you can beast on Seraph, but they traded for Baron, the inhibitor. Baron empowered recalls means it's so difficult to stop the recalls from this point on. And Envy are able to get back. They defend the top side, take the kill in retribution, but they're still down. They're slowly losing ground here. Team Liquid made a pretty good play with that pick.
Proxen, what does the chain from Phoenix? Doesn't have that much MR, in fact has just Mercury Treads. So Phoenix actually doing very significant damage, despite the fact that Void Staff isn't quite done yet. Blue buff is a dangerous game to be playing for here.
Yeah, you definitely need that and save it for Ninja. They have to have that wave clear from him. They need multiple options because this game is so ridiculously close. It's really going to be determined by who's able to control vision for setting up these plays. It could very well be Envy making the next long-range engage. They've got Bard and Sivir. Sivir speed boost allows for a follow-up on a Bard ultimate. And then you've got the Rek'Sai and Rumble combo on top of you. We've seen it used early on for Proxen flashing to get knockups to keep people on the Rumble ultimate. And it's a very quick way to win a team fight if they can close on something like this Jhin. Fabi currently doesn't have flash. Team Envy will be communicating that and trying to focus him.
Well, good mini-wave control as always from Envy, sort of buying them time around this Elder Dragon. But committing to Elder Dragon is takes a while. So Envy know that they can't really do anything but hope to trick Team Liquid there.
Yeah, you cannot start one of these giant objectives off, these epic... Well, just kidding. You can.
Yep.
It's going to take a lot of damage, and it looks like Team Liquid are going to send the teleport from Lorlo. They haven't started channeling it yet. They want to tank as much damage as possible. But look at that ward on the top side. It's perfect for him.
Yep, Bard ulti, but Gravity Field going to zone them away. Envy are actually hard committing to this.
It reset! Oh my god, 1,000 life back on it.
Yeah, that's not good. Now Dardoch's in the pit. There's Fabi opening up with the ulti, but Equalizer straight on top of him is going to force the cancel. Proxen back in the backline, gets him, and they take out Fabi!
The no flash Fabi, the Jhin is such a sitting duck. Can Dardoch steal it?
Okay, barrels in! Oh, he got it! It does die, but it's worth it. Lolo's still doing damage in the top lane.
My god, they make the call to just try and steal, buy time for Lorlo, not use the teleport. And it was going very poorly for Team Liquid as Fabi got collapsed upon, and they... Oh, Matt's down as well!
Yep, Proxy gets a kill. Phoenix actually still out on the map. Team Liquid have to be careful. Lolo, though, takes top inhib and gets away with it.
Now, this is a game of League of Legends, Pastry. I love the back and forth. Objective trading in the late game is so exciting because just a small decision like that is going to cost you your life. Couple extra kills there for Team Envy, but they lost another inhibitor. Now top and bottom are exposed for repeat visits and this Trundle is massive.
And this game is still so close. 39 minutes in almost, and the gold is dead even. Let's watch this again, though.
Okay, so this is the first round. They had made the decision. They're like, you know what? We're going to buy time for Lorlo. We are not going to hard commit to this. We're just going to go for maybe a steal, and hopefully people can survive by scrambling afterwards. Dardoch sneaks around. That pink ward in the bush behind Red Buff is so key. Flashes his body slam. It looks like he also, yeah, so it was the smite. But he flashes body slam super close, so it able to just barely clean it off. And it actually got very low. I think he smited at just like 300 HP or something like that. But my goodness, big steal there coming up. That allowed them to delay longer for Lorlo to actually kill the inhibitor. Whew.
Well, buff will drop up soon, so Team Liquid pretty much just deny it away from Envy more than anything else. Baron back in 50 seconds with Lorlo looking to retake that bottom inhibitor that did respawn. Top wave pressure is there. Dardoch and Ninja having a battle, but Ninja not messing around on the damage front. Lorlo forced a flash. Proxen going to try and lock him down. Lorlo a little too far forward. Equalizer's good. Seraph's going to cut him off. Damage is there, and Lorlo gets melted.
Big swipe for Envy. Can they get back and defend, though? They can't give away their last inhibitor turret. Minions are knocking at the door. Team Liquid are going to stop after that one, but the pings are top lane already. Pretty big pick there. When Lorlo comes back up, he will have teleport. So Team Envy do have to worry about overextending now. They're accounting for a 5 versus 4 right now, and should be watching the death timers, but also half the time teleport cooldown to know that Team Liquid could do this. Death brush here. Again, Team Liquid return to their strengths. They're very... Oh,
Ninja face checks!
Returning to their strengths. They draft a comp that has this much pick potential. They've gotten so many advantages off of it, and now they're going to try and press in through the base here. That exposed inhibitor down bottom might be a transition for them. Otherwise, they're up here on the top side just banging away at this Nexus turret.
4v4 right now. Seraph goes back, heals. Lorlo up in 5 seconds, though. They should buy time for the Trundle. Envy kind of have to go now, but I think they're out of time.
Seraph's ultimate is on cooldown right now.
Oh! It's ridiculous damage. It's bad. He sniped him, and Team Liquid leap into action. Nexus turret going to get chunked out. Hako trying to cancel it, but he doesn't save the tower. Proxen, though, beasting in the backline, almost takes out Babby, but Dardoch shuts him down. Lot eats the ulti on the back end from Braum, and Phoenix leaps forward. Team Liquid, full speed ahead, are going to take game 1 versus Envy.
What a fun game to watch. Such a clear comp here from Team Liquid. We talked about Babby being a role player. He's rolled this game is sniper. Lorlo is the split push god. He was able to gain advantage in the 1 versus 1 as Trundle, yes. But